Welcome to the channel. I shared with you earlier this week what our kind of blueprint or plan is for homeschooling during the holidays, and I promised I would come back on and show you some of the things that we will be using. So that's what I'm about to do. Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, welcome. I am so happy to have you. I hope that while you're here, you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. Don't forget, while you're here, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you do not miss any of the videos uploaded on the channel. If you've been with me before, welcome back. So I'm continuing our talk on homeschooling during the holidays, and I talked about how our schedule is going to change. I will link that video down below. I will also link last year's November, December resources and all of the things. So if you have any questions about anything, check out those videos. You can also put it down in the comments and I will be happy to answer it to the best of my ability. So talked about our schedule, just kind of how we're going to do things that we're putting down. If you didn't see that video, go check it out and this one will flow and make a little bit more sense for you. But I'm just going to start with November. So in the month of November, it is Native American Heritage Month, and we will be just diving into all things Native American. We live in a really populated and historical area for Native Americans here in Oklahoma, which is very exciting. I love the rich history that Native Americans have here, and it just allows us to really be able to dive into it from a perspective of like going out and seeing things. So one of the first things that we will be doing for this month, which will be our November field trip, is that we will be going to the First Americans Museum that opened here back in September. So it's been open for just about a month and a half or so, almost 2 months. And we are going to go and check out that museum. That will be a huge part of our November focus for this month. Also, I have a couple of kits. I talked about in a previous video how our library, since COVID started putting out these different activity kits. Well, they do themed activity kits. This month, Native American Heritage Month, a majority of the kits that they have coming out are focused on Native American history. One of those, One of those kits is this Native American Contemporary Art Kit that the girls and I will be doing. I have not even opened it yet, it's still closed, but I grab these kits whenever I get an opportunity. You just simply register online and they have the kits available. You go and pick them up when they're available and you do whatever's in the kit. We spent our entire summer doing kits and I still have some left over, which is awesome. It comes with typically everything you need outside of maybe like scissors or something like that. So I'm excited to see what this one, I'm guessing that this may be the artwork that we're gonna create. We'll see. And stick around, make sure you subscribe, because at the end of the month, I always do a monthly update, and I will show you all of the crafts and everything that we did for the month of November. So make sure you stick around. Another kit that I picked up the other day is not Native American Heritage related, but it is a fall wreath kit. I picked up this fall wreath kit and it comes with everything that you need in here to do it. I'm just going to give you a rundown of the list. It says leaf templates, a wreath base, sheets of scrapbook paper, sheets of copper paper, ribbon, and string. And things that you need are scissors, glue stick, and a hole punch, which is optional. I have 3 of these, one for each of my daughters. I will sit down with my baby girl and do it, and my older girls will do theirs, and I'll show you at the end of the month. I'm excited about these. One of the things that I really love about having these kits is that it is a craft for us, and if you've been on the channel at any point in time, you know that we love crafts, like love, 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 love crafts. Having these kits is a really big way, a really good way for us to get in a lot of crafts, and I don't really have to think about it that much, although we have a huge craft closet full of stuff. But also my girls have to follow directions. They have to be able to create what the person who created this kit and this craft envisions. They create that. Now, it takes away from some of their creativity, but we also do tons of other crafts where they just get to free flow it. So I do love these kits because it brings in another side of learning for them in that they have to be able to follow instructions. Some of the other kits that are not ready, they will actually be ready tomorrow and the day after that, are a Bison Art Kit a Whose Land Native American kit, where we as a family will create a map of where the Native Americans lived within our state, and then also a birch tag art kit. All three of those kits are coming. I was allowed to get 2 for our household since there are 5 of us in our household. So we will just kind of split up, divide and conquer, and we will have 2 of each of those. As I said before, at the end of November, when I do the November update, you will get to see everything that we have done. If you want a list of the supplies that are in any of the kits, please put it down in the comments, because I can do that, and you can create your own kit and still be able to enjoy it. Really cheap, very cost-effective items that are in here, but it makes for really amazing projects. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that a few weeks ago I talked about how we are going to just be going through the month of November, giving thanks for all things. I will link that video down below, but it has a couple of the things that we'll be doing, like we have been calling family every day. We are in the process of writing cards and sending those out to friends and family, just a part of our process for giving thanks and how we're going to do that. I do have a couple of books that we will be reading, and they're not solely just focused on Thanksgiving. However, we always, for every holiday, pretty much every holiday, we do a little bit on the history of it. I don't have like a formal set, what I would call outline or unit study or mini unit study, but we do sit down and we talk about the history of Thanksgiving. There are a couple of videos that we watch every single year that are on YouTube. I will link the video down low from last year so that you can go and see everything that we did. We are just going to repeat some of those things, but I do have a couple of extra books. I found this book at Half Price Books, Thanksgiving crafts. I don't know if we'll do much in here. They do have a table runner craft and also a napkin craft, which will be awesome for us to do for our Thanksgiving table setup for Thanksgiving Day. So we may do that. Lots of turkey crafts, things with your hands and things like that. But the book was 99 cents. I mean, why not grab it, right? They also have this at our library as well. So for $1, it was worth it. Another book that I talked about last month is Gratitude is My Superpower. This book is really awesome. It is about a young girl who is just really struggling with trying to do all things. She is given a stone, and she, in her mind, places the power to be able to do things and be thankful for the things around her within this stone, which is not okay, right? However, one day she realizes that the stone does not hold the power to her ability to show gratitude for the things around her, that it starts in her heart and in her head. I love the ending of the book. I'll be honest, when I first started reading, I'm like, no, we're not placing power in stones. But once I finished reading it, I was very pleased with the ending of the book. So definitely a good book that is really good for a teaching moment. Another book that I found at the Half Price bookstore, I believe it was like $2, and it is How Many Days to America: A Thanksgiving Story. I will say there were mixed reviews about this book. For me, I can turn anything into a teaching lesson, just like I know you can as well. This book will be turned into a teaching lesson. It is about Caribbean families, and it does not give you all the glitz and glamour. It is true to the need to leave one country to go to another for freedom and why. And this book discusses all of those things. And in the end, it does turn out to be a great story that this Caribbean family arrives here in the United States on Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving celebration. It's a really good book for me, in my opinion, to help my girls be able to understand that not everyone has the freedoms that we have. The abilities to do the things that we are able to do. We have also learned a lot of that through our My Father's World curriculum. So this is another book. It is an older book, but it's a good book for teaching both gratitude, to be appreciative of what you have and where you are and the things that you are able to do and your freedoms, but also to understand that not everyone has those freedoms, and that people struggle and that life is hard. And we have the ability to overcome those things, but we have to work at it, and it's not as easy. So just being appreciative of what you have. So those are the books that I have for that lead us into Thanksgiving. Like I said, we will do some typical videos that we watch about the history of Thanksgiving and what that means, and have family discussion and just really take all of those things in. All right, for the month of December, We did a unit study last year. Like I said, I will link that video down below as well that you can check it out. We did a unit study last year that I created all on my own. My girls were interested in the history of Christmas. Like, how did it come about? What does it really mean? All of those things. And I created a unit study. And these are my notes. This is my outline for the unit study. We did not finish it in its entirety last year. What I'm going to do is recap what we did finish, and then we are going to pick up where we left off. I do not have the book. I will have to check it out at the library, but it is The History of Christmas. I will put a picture of it right here. Love this book. And I forgot to buy the book, you guys. And I went on to buy it 2 weeks ago and it is unavailable. I have no idea where I'm going to get this book. Hopefully it comes back available again to where I can get it. But luckily, they do have it at our library. So we will just pick up where we left off with our history of Christmas from last year. Do a recap, like I said, of the parts of it that we did complete, which is about halfway, and then we will just keep moving forward from there with the unit study that I created. Another thing that we're going to be doing around Christmas time, which is going to involve books, but I decided that I wanted to do some form of an Advent study. I have never done an Advent study at all, not even from what I recall as a child. And I thought this is the perfect time because I'm interested in it. Our girls are interested in just really bringing in the spirit of Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I have the ability to do it. So why not? I went online searching for what I felt like would be the perfect, what would be the perfect Advent study books. And I came across about 6 of them that I thought would be perfect. I ordered them all. However, once you get the books and you start flipping through, I had to decide. I could not keep all 6 books, and there's no way I could get to all 6 books either. I decided on 2 of the books, and I will show you why. The other ones I sent back. The first book that I decided on for our Advent studies is this book. It is 25 Days of the Christmas Story. Love this book. It's an Advent family experience by Josh and Christy Schwab. Schwab? I think I said that right. I love this book. It really is geared toward children. One thing I like about it is that each of the days focuses on a specific person or potential event. So we have Isaiah, David, Zechariah, Elizabeth, Mary, Joseph, Gabriel, John the Baptist, the Holy Spirit, Caesar Augustus, Bethlehem, the manger, Jesus, shepherds, angels, Simeon, Anna, King Herod, the star, the Magi, gold, frankincense, myrrh, Egypt, Nazareth, and then it has a Christmas memories section. This book, I love the diversity in the graphics. And with each one, it talks specifically about that person. It says Zechariah and the Christmas story, goes through there, and it has a life lesson to go along with each one of them. The life lesson for, this is day 3, Zechariah, is pray big prayers. And then it has a family activity, which is anything from creating a craft to a discussion. There's not a whole lot of what I consider to be super crafty things in here. But like this one is gather around the table with paper and pen, ask every family member to draw a picture of one way they can help the world around them. And then it has family time questions. This one says, talk about a prayer God answered for you and how long did it take for him to answer that prayer? So that is day 3. Another one, we'll see, we'll go back further. This one, day number 9, is the Holy Spirit. And the book is super cute. And it's like the colors and everything are really bright. I love, like I said, the diversity in skin tones within this book, hair texture. I mean, look at this. Like, I just love it. I love it all around. It's a really good book. But I was on day 9. Anyway, this one is the angels and the Christmas story. The family activity here. Everyone put on their Christmas pajamas, pop some popcorn, pile into your car and drive around eating popcorn and looking at decorated houses and lighting up the night sky in and around your neighborhood. Let's talk about how bright the Christmas lights are and the strength. So different activities here. I will definitely have to read ahead just so that I make sure that we are prepared. But my plan is to follow this really as closely as possible. I just want to create that spirit of spontaneity and just experiencing. Will we do everything? No, because we will still have other activities going on in the evening, so we may not be able to do every single thing. But my goal is to touch as many of these family activities and as possible. The stories we will get to with no problem at all, but the family activities. So love this book. Had to grab it. Had to. The other one that I picked up, and you will see why, is Advent Devotions and Christmas Crafts for Families. 24 Scripture Reflections and Simple Projects to Anticipate Christ's Birth by Victoria Durstock. This book really focuses on the 4 traditional Advent themes, which are hope, love, joy, and peace. So it is broken up into those 4 sections. And let me find here. Here is your table of contents, and it is broken up to all 4 of those sections. And every day there is an activity and something to create. There's a story and then something to create. Lots of different things here. There's salt scrubs or sugar scrubs, and there's gifts that you make and cookies. There's a reflection section here. We won't write in the book, but we will discuss the reflection questions. Like this one, it says, let's make a gift, M&M cookie mix in a jar, which is awesome. And each section, it looks like, has a reflections section to it as well. Lots of different activities here. I'm going to see if I can try to read off some of the activities just to kind of give you an idea. And if you want a flip through, you still definitely have time to buy this book. Let me know down in the comments and I will definitely do a flip through of the book for you. Some of the crafts, let's see, cinnamon oatmeal soap, twig Christmas tree ornaments, stained glass nativity, stained glass ornaments, Mimi's origami treat boxes. So many things, button Christmas trees, 3D paper stars. There's tons, and it lists all of the different crafts that you will do, one for every day. So I definitely need to up my craft closet game because I'm sure the girls will want to do every single thing. But I bought this one because of the abundance of crafts in it, which is something that we love. We may pick 2 crafts per week or so, maybe 3 if the girls are really feeling crafty. We may pick 3, we'll see. But I'm definitely excited to dive into both of these books to just really count down and really understand the entire spirit and reason for the Christmas season. Okay, those are, I bumped the chair. Those are the books that we have for like activities for Christmas. Other things, I talked about the library kits. There are also Christmas kits coming. I have a Winter Wonderland kit that I will be picking up in a couple of days. And there are some others like little reindeer kits and things like that that we will pick up, and those will become a part of our crafts. So we definitely won't get to every single craft within our Advent books because we will add in the kits as well. I would love to like set a goal to do a simple craft every single day because it really doesn't take that long to do a lot of crafts. I mean, they're not super extensive, maybe 30, 45 minutes, but that's like nothing compared to what it could take and the amount of fun that we have. So that may be a goal that I set. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I do have a couple of other Christmas books that I picked up. These are new books for us this year that we will just kind of dabble in. We do have tons of books from previous years, and I will link those videos down below so that you can look at those as well. But one of the books I thought was really cute. It's just a fun book, but it is Weird But True Christmas, 300 Festive Facts to Light Up the Holidays. It's just silly stuff in here. I mean, I say weird, but silly, but yeah, weird and silly. It says, to stop people from stealing Christmas trees from its campus, a college in Minnesota sprayed its evergreens with skunk scent. I mean, yeah. Let's see what else. Let's see. Christmas dinner aboard the International Space Station has included turkey and potatoes in plastic pouches. Astronauts on an American space station once made a Christmas tree out of food cans. I mean, just stuff like that. In Florida, people make snowmen out of sand. Does that really happen in Florida? I need to know. A Floridian. I need you to comment on that one. It says kids in Iceland feared the Yule cat, a mythical monster who is said to eat children at Christmas time. I just thought it was cute. I bought it off Amazon. It was like $5 or something. So we'll just kind of dabble in this and see what other things we can find out. There are also, it says collect more fantastic, weird, but true books. There are a ton of them on the back of here. Lots of weird fact books. Another one, which will be one of our read alouds, and this will be Moomin in Midwinter. It's just more of a winter themed book since we're heading into Christmas. It's not Christmas themed, but it is a part of the Moomin series. We have read a couple of the books. We did the Moomin Summer Madness this past summer, and we also have the Moomin Valley in November, which are these two books here. So we're adding that to our collection. This one is a Penguin Christmas Wish. We have Penguin and Pinecone. We also have Penguin and Pumpkin that we are still reading for our fall reads. And of course, I had to pick up Penguin's Christmas Wish because my youngest daughter is in love with these little penguin books. And they all have a really good story line to them about friendship and caring and loving for other things. And so that's another reason why I love these books. Last couple of books that I have, I picked these up at Half Price Books for, I don't remember, but this one is The Sweet Smell of Christmas. It is a scratch and sniff book. I felt as though I was depriving my daughters of scratch and sniff items because they had no idea that books like this even existed. Now this book is old. I bought it for about $1.99 at the Half Price bookstore. And on the pages, it has different things for you to be able to scratch and sniff, right? Let's find one. This one, an apple pie. I did scratch and sniff it. It does smell faintly like an apple pie. Like I said, the book is old. However, I use essential oils and I have oil mixes that I will be dropping on here. One of the scents is pine, one of them is candy canes, one of them is like cinnamon. So I have all of those essential oils. So I will just take a drop of essential oil on these scratch and sniff pages and make it come back to life. Another book that I found is more of a winter theme. It's Quiet Bunny and Noisy Puppy. And it's about a bunny and a puppy in the snowy winter time, becoming friends, playing, frolicking around, doing what they do. So fun book. My daughter has already read it. My youngest daughter, I read it to her and she loved it. So we will read this over and over again. And the last book, I bought this one for $2.99. It's One Bear is Lost, and it's about bears in the wintertime. And it's a counting book. So it counts from 1 to 10. I thought this would be a good book. And for $2.99, and I actually think it was half of the $2.99. I don't know what just happened. It was half of the $2.99 price. Thought that would be a fun book for us to have. Outside of that, that is how we will be doing our November and December around the holidays. As I said in the previous video, which I will link down below, we will still continue math and language arts. We will do that in a different form. I have some pop-up books that we will be using, but I have games. So let me share with you some of the games that we will be using just to help reinforce some of the things that we've already learned for language arts and just make it come to life in a different way for this season. One of the games that I found, this is actually for my tot, which I will enlist the help of my older girls to play with her, but it is Mathematics Lab. It is 4 game boards for ages 3+. I found this at Aldi for like $6.99. So she's going to get an opportunity to do some math fun. And here's what some of the game boards look like. Matching the cards and things like that. I'm gonna try to see if I can see what the specific games are on here. It does not say, but there are 4 different game boards. Addition, subtraction, matching. I don't know what the other one is, but this is one of the things that we will be using for our holiday homeschooling. Another math game that is more for my big girls, it is multiplication and division. This was given to me by a friend that I am so grateful for. It came right on time, amen. And I have looked at it several times and just hadn't bought it, but it is the trifecta, math plus facts equals fun. So a math facts game. We have really been working on our math facts, multiplication and division, both of my older girls, 3rd and 4th grade. So I thought this would be a really fun way to just kind of keep those math facts really going and solidify them in their minds and memories. So we will be playing this game. Another math or money educational game is the cents to cents game. I don't have the box because we take all of our games out of the boxes, keep the instructions, and put them in these bags so that they don't use up so much space. It's just a space saver for us. But it is a cents to cents game, and it teaches them about money, not just how to add, divide, that type. It talks not like making change. It's more than that. It talks to them about like what it means to have a bank account, a savings account versus dividends. And it goes in depth about money, stocks and the meanings of those. We also have the cents to cents flashcards that we go through every so often, just so that the girls can learn new terms about money, what it means to withdraw money versus deposit versus cash a check, a money order, a cashier's check, all of those types of things. I did not learn those things when I was younger, and it is definitely a learning curve when you become an adult. So we wanted to start our girls early on money matters, how much you should save, and how to calculate, what you're going to be making versus what you're spending, all of those types of things. Now we do this in an age appropriate manner for them, but bringing in this board game, it's awesome. I just want to show you what the actual board game looks like. But I'm excited. We have enjoyed just using the flashcards and talking about it, but this is the board game itself right here. You can see that. So we will be playing the cents to cents game as well for a part of our changing up the holidays and homeschooling. Another game that we will be playing, which we have not done yet. I've read all the instructions. The girls are really excited about it, as am I. I bought this over the summer, and it is Super Sleuth. And it works on homophones, synonyms, multiple meaning words, and antonyms. They have questions, and then you answer the questions on the back. So for this one, it says you're working on a case of the creaky stairs. Find out what happens. Fill in a blank with the word that is opposite of the underlined word. The underlined word is top. So opposite would be bottom. Antonyms for that one. This is going to be a really fun game just to help with language arts. With parts of speech and understanding words and word meanings. Something fun. We'll just pick a game and just play it. A word game that we really like is word search. Let me show you here. Like I said, we don't keep boxes around here, but this is the word search game. And I've talked about this in a previous video. I'll try to find it and link it down below, but you put the words on this spinning wheel. There's the word pads here, and you have to search for the words. When you get the word, you have little circle pieces that go right in here and their colors, specific colors. Each player has a specific color, and the person who fills out all the words the fastest or first is the one who wins. I also use this for meanings of words. If we come across words that the girls don't know, then I'll have them look them up. So definitions as well as word search and finding them. The last couple of things that I will show you, one of them is a parts of speech bingo game. There are all of these different bingo cards that we have here. And it's just simply for parts of speech. We have a few parts of speech games that are really cool that girls will like. But we'll play bingo, and I will play these games with them. Another thing that we have that also works on parts of speech is Mad Libs, and we had this last year at Christmas. It's not super challenging, but the stories that come across are really funny. You simply ask your child, oh, I'm thinking I need a noun, or I need an adjective, or an adverb, all of those different things. It may say, give me a number or something like that. And then we read off this funny story with whatever part of speech they've added, and it just creates a super funny story. So this is a Christmas theme one. We started on it last year, and we'll just do pages in this as often as we feel like it. Other than that, I do have lots of interactive books. We also have lots of manipulatives. I will simply just make up different things for us to do to work on math skills. We do have math puzzles. We have math fraction dominoes. So many other things. I couldn't possibly show you everything. I will try to link every single video down below where I have shown some of the different items that we have. to use game-wise, but lots of games coming really soon because it adds a change of pace for us. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you found some gems in it that you can use and that you are currently planning out your holiday homeschooling, whatever that looks like for your family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so that you do not miss any of the videos uploaded. And I will see you right back here at the Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.